rallying against racism from New York to Florida. Now, people in North Carolina are joining forces to get justice for Trayvon Martin.
The Greensboro YMCA is packing up and moving. Most look forward to the change, but some are not happy with the new location.
Coming up, why these guys have a new respect for women and 5-inch stilettos. Hello, and thank you for joining us for NABJ News. I'm Jaron Jordan.
And I'm Jessica LeBlanc. The Trayvon Martin case is sparking rallies and marches across the country in search for racial justice.
17-year-old Trayvon Martin was killed by neighborhood watchman George Zimmerman in Sanford, Florida last month. Zimmerman told police he shot Martin in self-defense. Martin was carrying a can of iced tea and a bag of Skittles, but no weapon. The U.S. Justice Department has started its own investigation into the case.
Meanwhile, public cries for justice are getting louder.
Help me! No justice! Help me! No justice! Help me! No justice! Help me!
Thousands of people showed up Thursday night. The crowd wore hoodies in remembrance of Martin.
102 Jams is joining the protest. DJ started a wild out movement in Greensboro for Trayvon Martin. NABJ's Annalisa Gale explains how.
Greensboro DJs for popular hip-hop station 102 Jams hope to send a wake-up call in the Trayvon Martin case.
Let's sit down and think about what we're going to do. You know what I mean? It kind of just came from a conversation we're having on the air. My co-host Tasha McKee threw it out there. We should send empty bags of Skittles down there, blah, blah, blah.
The hosts of Santillion and the Wild Out Wake Up Show started a campaign for the unarmed 17-year-old killed by a neighborhood watchman. The watch volunteer, George Zimmerman, claims Martin looked a little suspicious. The hosts of the show are urging listeners to mail in empty Skittle packets such as the one like this with the word justice written on top to express their disapproval for the way that the Sanford police station has handled this case. Kyla, a student of North Carolina A&T State University, says that the Florida teen's story reminds her of her brother who lives in a predominantly white neighborhood.
And it really hit home for me because he always walks to the convenience store and he always wears a hoodie.
The DJs and listeners plan on meeting up at a local post office to start mailing out their empty Skittle packages. In Greensboro, North Carolina, I'm Annalisa Gale for NABJ News.
Martin's parents have created a petition asking for Zimmerman to be prosecuted. The DJs here in Greensboro are asking listeners to log on to change.org to sign it.
The shooting of Trayvon Martin is getting the attention of the White House. President Obama spoke at the White House Rose Garden. He told reporters if he had a son, he would look like Trayvon Martin. March 26 will mark 1 month since the deadly shooting.
Greensboro residents can now get emergency alerts in an instant. The system is called Genie and it went into effect earlier this week. It sends email or text alerts about evacuations, warnings, and police activity. Weather alerts are not included. If you have a landline number, you're automatically enrolled into the system. To sign up, go to readyguilford.com.
The location of the new Greensboro jail is raising alarm for the downtown community. The facility sits near 2 colleges, an elementary school and a high school, and Guilford County Sheriff B.J. Barnes told Yes Weekly that the jail is located near the sheriff's office. For that reason, he thinks students should not be concerned for their safety. Barnes said the new jail was built to help with overcrowding at another facility. The downtown jail is scheduled to open May 1st.
The Hayes-Taylor YMCA has been a Greensboro staple for more than 7 decades, but now it's moving and some residents have reservations about its new location at Barber Park. NABJ reporter Juan Diaz-Granados explains why.
For the past 35 years, Carolyn Course has come to this YMCA to get fit, but her routine will soon change when the Y moves down the road.
It's good to expand, but it's going to be a little bit out of my way, but I'll adjust to that.
She and other members will have to adjust because North Carolina A&T plans to use the facility for engineering courses and because the building is 74 years old. The new eco-friendly Y will include a new pool, larger workout rooms, and a soccer field. The new proposed site will hold 500 spaces, which will provide great relief for members like Faye Williams, who drive around frustrated, unable to park.
At a certain time in the morning, you are sitting waiting for someone to leave, and you sit and wait or you go back home.
Members still have to wait until 2014. That's when the facility is completed in hopes to continue serving the community.
It's time to change and move on to a more efficient location, a more efficient YMCA to better serve the citizens of Southeast Greensboro.
In Greensboro, Juan Diaz-Granados, NABJ News.
Construction for the new site will begin within the next 6 months.
Some students hoping to get a grant to cover classes this summer are out of luck. We talked to the financial aid office. Students who got a Pell Grant during the academic year cannot reapply for the summer. However, loans and scholarships are still available. The deadline to apply for summer financial aid is May 16th.
Sniffles, sneezes, watery eyes. What you can do to alleviate these irritating allergies this spring.
And why Starbucks might be attracting more than just coffee lovers these days.
And why these guys are taking a walk in red stiletto heels. All this after the break.
It's a place of wonder, a place of opportunity. It's also a place that graduates of North Carolina A&T State University enter with grand ambition. Classrooms, hospitals, corner offices, laboratories. These are the places where our students flourish. It's proof our graduates leave here prepared for the careers that await them. It's why you'll find Aggies everywhere making a difference in the world.
The College of Arts and Sciences is the largest college at North Carolina A&T in terms of students, faculty, and number of courses taught. Our students gather to research the causes of climate change and meteorology, study human depression and social work and biology, and perform on Broadway. The university and community relax in the cradle of arts and sciences through WNAA, the University Gallery, our HDTV studio, and the award-winning University Marching Band. Visit us online.
Now, when you think of spring break, you typically think beaches, parties, and maybe a hangover or two. NABJ News reporter Sierra Christian Daniels shows us how Ohio State University students use their time off for a good cause.
Students are rebuilding the village on the north side of Greensboro. This is the 399th house that Habitat is building. Rakia Jabir and her 7 children and grandchildren will all live there.
I say thank you, God. I have church people helping me, a Habitat, this is my house.
Rakia has been working over 300 hours to earn her home and plans to work many more.
I work in bed, but I'm keep going and work in my house,
Instead of spending their time soaking up rays on the beach, these students are spending their spring break sweating for a single mother and refugee in Greensboro to help her achieve her American dream.
It's just 1 week out of my year. I don't mind doing it.
The American dream is to own a house, so seeing that happiness on the faces is what it's all for.
Matt Anderson, senior construction leader, wants the students to be impacted past their 1 week experience.
Hopefully this 1 week will lead to a lifetime of volunteering for them as well.
In Greensboro, Sierra Christian Daniels, NABJ News.
Rakia plans to move in this August. She says she can't wait to cook her first meal for the new family in the new home.
Starbucks is trying to prove it's not all about coffee. The Java giant is adding all natural energy drinks to its menu. They're called Starbucks Refreshers, and they go on sale next month. The special ingredient is green coffee extract. It gives you just as much energy as coffee, but with less caffeine. Starbucks is competing with the makers of Red Bull. That company is also releasing a new drink next month.
The newest Apple iPod is the hottest product in the tech world, literally. Customers are complaining the popular tablet gets too hot when they use it. One even said it makes his hands sweaty. Consumer Reports says the new iPad hit temperatures up to 116 degrees. Apple says the tablet should only operate at 95 degrees. The company suggests customers call 1-800-692-7753 with their concerns.
Watery eyes, headaches, sneezing. It is very clear allergy season is here. NABJ reporter Catherine Hamlin shows us how we can beat the symptoms.
Usual early arrival of springtime weather ushers in allergy season, and students at North Carolina A&T State University are feeling the effects.
It's like cold, like I get a bad cold and snotty nose.
The new study was produced by the Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America. As the weather warms up in Greensboro, trees begin to release their pollen, and high pollen counts usually lead to springtime sickness.
This kind of weather, it really just gives me a trouble. I mean, I got a whole lot of sneezing.
You know, I have the worst allergies, and like many of you, we need things like tissue, medicine, and many other things. Our Aggie C-Store provides all of the necessary items, and they are flying off the shelves.
All the nasal symptoms of allergies, they've been requested, and I've been running out.
Here are some suggestions for dealing with allergy ailments from the Asthma and Allergy Foundation. Roll up your car window and turn on the air conditioning. Wash your hands and face often. If indoor pets that spend time outside, watch them often. Greensboro, Catherine Hamlin, NABJ News.
The spring allergy season typically ends in May, but symptoms can sometimes last through the summer.
So the question today is, will we get any relief when it comes to the worst allergy offenders?
Jonathan Radford joins us now. And Jonathan, tell us, what can we expect in the days ahead for the weather?
Well, I can tell you guys, relief is ahead. The spring allergy season is here, and over the past few days, it has clearly been evident. Well, here in Greensboro, oak tree pollen has been giving us a lot of trouble. Today, the pollen level was very high, which is the most crucial level. So if you're allergic to oak tree pollen, you should certainly consider limiting your outdoor activities. Also, our grass pollen levels stayed in the moderate zone. These levels should decrease as showers make their way into the region over the weekend. We'll have all that and much more coming up in weather. Back to you.
The days of the men making more money than women are over. A Time magazine article says on average, single women with no children make more money than men. 40% of married women are earning more than their husbands. Most of the women with higher incomes live in major cities, but some women in smaller cities are still getting paid less than men. Speaking of women, Bennett College here in Greensboro is celebrating its 86th Charter Day.
The all-female college hosted Gwen Ifill as its honorary guest. NABJ's Kristen James sat down with the political powerhouse to discuss Bennett's influence through the years.
For more than a century, women have crossed the threshold of Bennett College, a school known for its sisterhood with a rich history of shaping the lives of women.
I think we've all come here not just to be educated, but just to be surrounded by other women on the same intellectual level with goals for our future and to be empowered. I know that's why I came here.
And Charter Day Convocation at Bennett is a way to celebrate all the great work women have done around the world.
Women's History Month is a time to acknowledge the struggles, hardships, and accomplishments of the women through the years. And for 123 years, Bennett College has empowered women of the past, present, and future to take on any challenge that they may face.
Women are the leaders in our community. We're the ones that we don't just give birth to the children, but we raise them and we watch out for them and we support our men and our men support us. But we are extraordinarily important. And so when we talk about women's history, you can't talk about women's history without talking about Black history.
A history that women at Bennett and all historically Black colleges can be proud of. In Greensboro, Kristen James, NABJ News.
This is Dr. Julianne Melvaux's final charter day at Bennett College. Her last day as president is May 6th. A group of young men who got a chance to see what it's like to walk in a women's shoes at Western Kentucky University paraded around campus in 5-inch red stilettos.
They were raising awareness about sexual abuse and violence against women. The young men who tried it say they had to keep reminding themselves it was all for a good cause.
Prices to fill up your car seem to be going through the roof every day.
Because I know that I'm spending almost $50 to pay for gas.
Straight ahead, you can see how you can save a few extra pennies while at the pump.
Plus, from celebrities to college students, the dangerous effects of prescription drugs.
And Hollywood comes to North Carolina, why this area is seeing a big financial boost thanks to the Hunger Games.
But you know, stay the same. You know,
Evan, wait a minute. What's going on here? There's lights, there's camera. What is this?
Ashley, hey,
Hey.
What are you doing here?
I'm here to tape the show.
See, you were late. So what happened was, I thought it'd be cool to have a backup host.
A backup. So
Yeah,
you're replacing me.
Not replacing, no. Just he's on standby just in case anything happens.
Standby,
You know,
okay.
I mean, think about it. Think about this though. You know,
Okay.
look, he's the bulldog, right? So girls automatically love him. I mean, look at that face. Look at him. He's just. All right, and then also he appeals to guys because listen, he's macho, he's big.
Evan, he can't even talk.
Well, that's okay. He's got character. He's charismatic, Ashley.
Evan, okay, look, it's either me or the bulldog. Which one? You're thinking about it. Wow. Okay.
But he's the bulldog.
Whatever.
And so, Ashley, what? Ashley, wait. Ashley, come here. We can fix this. We can do something different.
With gas prices this high, every cent saved counts. We found a local station that will help you spend less. NABJ's Denise Sawyer has the story.
Brianna Barnes calls her Chevy Cavalier Sheba. It gets her from point A to point B. But to keep Sheba on the road, Barner has to pay nearly $50 to fill the tank. And she's not happy.
Hatred, because I know that I'm spending almost $50 to pay for gas, and then it goes really fast.
Gas prices are getting higher and higher by the day, and if there's any way to save, Barner says she's all ears.
$10 does make a difference, because if I'm putting gas in my car twice a month, then that adds up.
North Carolina's gas tax is one of the highest in the country, but there's relief.
Pay with cash and save.
He's talking about the latest gas price discounts at the pump. Drivers can get up to 5 or 15 cents off a gallon, but there's one catch.
Now what gas stations aren't telling you coming up.
You have to pay with cash.
To find out where you can get the cheapest gas in Greensboro, log on to greensborogasprices.com.
Bank of America is testing a new program that could keep struggling families in their homes. The program is called Mortgage to Lease. It lets homeowners facing foreclosure rent their homes from the bank. Right now, the program is only available in New York, Nevada, and Arizona. Bank of America may expand the program if it's successful.
North Carolina A&T students have seen a rise in tuition, and that trend will continue. According to the News and Record, tuition is going up $279 a semester for in-state undergraduate students. Out-of-state students will pay another $408 a year, and A&T school officials say the tuition hike is necessary to help maintain funding to compete with other institutions.
Legendary singer Whitney Houston fought with drug abuse for much of her life, but new toxicology reports just revealed that Xanax was one of the drugs in her system when she died.
And as NABJ's Chantel Statham found out, prescription drug abuse isn't just a problem for celebrities, but college students as well.
Xanax, or on the streets it's called Xannies, a prescription drug that you should only get through your physician. It is a mood depressant, which causes its users to feel excessive drowsiness.
I had to be on, a schedule with it, so I could take it right and it wouldn't affect me as like that. That's why I was, a smiling, calm person.
On college campuses, some students admit they're using the drug, and Cedric Eldridge says it's gaining accessibility.
It's very easy because it's become a common drug that a lot of kids take. Adults, kids, college students, high school, it's really everywhere.
Anybody could just, go to their grandmother's cabinet, anything like that, take some pills or do this and that, and they go around trying to sell them.
Xanax is a prescription drug, but however, when mixed with alcohol, it becomes addictive.
When you take it when you real drunk, it just, hits you 10 times harder, and you can feel it instantly. Alcohol helps it absorb.
Pharmacists say you can purchase 60 pills for $25, but on the streets they sell for half the price.
For a pill?
A pill, probably $5.
In Greensboro, I'm Chantel Statham for NABJ News.
For help and additional information on the pill addiction, you can visit freeaddictionhelponline.com. The U.S. commander says that he wants to keep 68,000 troops in Afghanistan even longer. There has been a debate about bringing home troops early because of the Robert Bales shooting. Army Sergeant Robert Bales shot and killed 17 Afghan villagers earlier this month. He's awaiting trial on murder charges.
A youth organization is worshiping in a unique way in Greensboro. NABJ's Alexandra Blanton explains how.
That's so good. Are you like undercover?
Real-life drama performed on stage features actors highlighting issues of drugs, sex, and alcohol. The Acquire the Fire tour hopes to inspire teens through their theme, Normal is Not Enough, as shown in their YouTube video.
Enough to disguise itself as fact, while distracting a generation from discovering their creator.
This is our 7th from the end of it, so we got 6 more after this.
Over the past 20 years, the conference hosted more than 2 million teens. It takes place over 4 months and reaches 32 major cities. The Acquire the Fire Youth Conference Tour has made its stop right here at the Greensboro Coliseum. The 27-hour worship service has attracted thousands of teens from all over the country. Even coordinators of the event feel right at home here in Greensboro.
On the East Coast, Virginia, North Carolina, this area, Maryland, because we were up in Maryland and came down, is the most that reminds me of home.
During the 2-day conference, teens will transform the inside of the Coliseum into their home of worship.
It's so neat to see how God is moving all across the nation.
I'm Alexandra Blanton for NABJ News.
You can find more on the Christian Youth Conference at acquirethefire.com.
Now, we've had pretty mild temperatures in these first few days of spring.
And NABJ weatherman Jonathan Radford is going to tell us what to expect. Jonathan?
Yes, guys, it has been a rainy morning across the Triad. Right now in Greensboro, the current temperature is 63 degrees, which is a little on the mild side due to the overcast and rain showers. The good thing is the rain showers will wash away a lot of the pollen on the trees. But with this system, you can expect pop-up thunderstorms throughout the day. Temperature lows will be in the mid-50s for tonight. And the rain showers will stay with us through the weekend, but a warm and sunny weekend lies ahead. Guys, back to you.
Coming up, the power of the pen.
How a letter is leading blossoming elementary children from Greensboro to the White House.
Headed to the movies, we'll tell you why North Carolina residents have an appetite for one box office hit.
And how your tattoo may no longer just be a work of art. It could possibly connect you with your phone.
Stay tuned to learn how. This all on NABJ News. Students at a local school are headed to the White House, but this is no political trip. They'll be there to help First Lady Michelle Obama beautify a garden.
Students at Sumner Elementary School in Greensboro are elated.
I felt very excited. I felt like it was going to be awesome.
After reading the book First Garden, the White House Garden and How It Grew, students wrote a letter to the First Lady.
So excited, like I couldn't stand it.
Now, 5 students from the 3rd grade class are heading to Washington, D.C. to plant produce in the White House garden.
So for my children to have the opportunity to travel outside of Gifford County and to be exposed to things on that level was absolutely amazing, not only for me, but for the students and their families.
Just days ago, students planted lettuce, broccoli, and kale. But this garden is more than just about a trip to the White House. It's about students learning.
They enjoyed it because they were learning, but they were having fun while learning.
Proof that educating children can happen almost any time or anywhere.
Sumner is one of only 5 schools in the nation to be invited to the White House next week.
Students at Murphy Traditional Academy are missing their mascot, and they can't get it back until they do some homework. According to the News and Record, a ransom note found earlier this month demands the students read 1,000 books by April 2nd. Last year, the students had to read 750 books to get their mascot back. Murphy faculty members are the prime suspect in the mascot disappearance.
Lights, Camera, Action. One of the most popular films out right now has ties close to home. The Hunger Games was shot in North Carolina and made nearly $20 million in its opening night. The film is boosting business in North Carolina. Business website IB Times reports the Hunger Games inspired the first tourism boom in North Carolina since the 1987 film Dirty Dancing.
2012 marks the 20th year for the National Association of Black Journalists hosting its short course. Mentors work with students as they strive towards their dreams of working in the news business. NABJ's Amina Rashid has a look at this year's course, 2 decades in the making.
Our lead instructor, who's Anthony Wilson. Here's Anthony here. This is a good shot of him. That's when he had a little more hair than what he has today.
Program coordinator Gail Wiggins has worked with the short course since it began in 1992.
When we first started the program, the main focus again was to introduce behind-the-scenes jobs to our students and to also acquaint them with professionals in the industry.
Senior Yvette Brown says the short course is giving her the edge she needs to survive in the industry.
It's given me tools to compete.
Anzio Williams was part of the first short course. It definitely helped sharpen his skills because he's now the news director for KCRA TV in Sacramento, California.
It was put in my head that I should look at the producer track and look at the manager track and being a news director. So after examining it, I saw that's what I wanted to do, and I liked it better, and it helped me become who I am and what I'm doing today.
And now, at the 20th anniversary of the NABJ short course at North Carolina A&T, students are incorporating the use of digital media, such as iPads and smartphones.
And we're trying to adjust the program so that it meets, the standards of what students are facing today when they graduate.
And the multimedia short course sets students on that path. For NABJ News, I'm Amina Rashid.
For more information regarding the NABJ Short Course Conference, visit nabj.com.
Most March Madness brackets have been destroyed due to the big upsets this year, but fans are still excited about college hoops. On the road to the Final Four, underdog teams like Louisville and Florida have shocked the world with huge wins in the Sweet 16.
And I know my bracket was destroyed a few days ago when #1 Michigan State was knocked out of the tournament by #4 Louisville.
Here's Adrian Azell with the game summary. Adrian?
Thanks, guys. Right now, top-seeded Michigan State headed back home after they lost to the lost in the NCAA tournament. The Spartans lost to the Louisville Cardinals in the West Regional semifinals, 57-44. The Cardinals now move on to the Elite Eight. A Major League Baseball player is facing major charges. Police arrested Tampa Bay Rays pitcher Matt Bush in connection with a hit and run. Police say Bush was drunk when he hit a 72-year-old man on a motorcycle and ran over his head. Bush showed up to court Friday without a lawyer. The judge gave him 24 hours to find one and return Saturday morning. Until then, he is held without bond. That's all for sports today. Back to you, Jaron and Jessica.
Thanks, Adrian. Have you missed an important call because you didn't feel your cell phone vibrate? Well, soon when you receive a call or message on your cell phone, your tattoo will vibrate. That's right, the new technology will work like a Bluetooth through magnetic waves. Nokia just filed a patent, but there's no word on when the ringtone tattoo will be available. That's crazy, Jessica. Technology is really advancing these days.
It sure is.
Well, that's all we have. Thanks for watching NABJ News.
Have a great day.